Hey guys, Mr. Marcus here, and we're, well, as you can see here, MyClub. We're back with some MyClub. Of course, in the last episode, we got absolutely destroyed in the second match, which is really bad to see, but it's always interesting to see because, you know, always deserve to get some sort of stuff to bring us back down to earth. But of course, as we see here, we get faced off against a guy called Panagiotos78. And again, I think he's Greek because he's playing Olympiakos, and I'm sure those are Greek letters. I'm sure that's an alpha. I'm sure it's an alpha, but Anyway, he had a pretty decent team, as you can see here. He had Hernandez up front, as well as Pereira in the midfield, as well as Carasso and Ignazio Abate, the AC Milan player, at right back, which is always good to see as well. So, of course, picking a random stadium as you do in random or whatever it is, or we actually picked day, winter, rainy, which is always interesting to see. So yeah, we played at the Juventus Stadium, which is always good to play at as well. So against this guy was a pretty decent player, and it was always a pain to see, but my god, the game continues to screw me over. I don't remember if it is this match or the second match in this episode, but one of the matches, the game just decided to screw me over, and you will see what I'm talking about in a moment. But this particular match, I decided to change things up a little bit by playing Javi Martinez in midfield as next to Rabiot, and then playing Yaya Toure in attacking midfield and playing Marquisio on the left hand side. And in the first minutes of the match, Marquisio does get a cross in for Yaya Toure to head it, but it doesn't really come to anything. And the reason I don't like playing Yaya Toure is because he's so goddamn lazy. For some reason, he's just ridiculously lazy in this game. I just cannot play with lazy players. I have to play with players who are energetic and willing to actually play for the team. And for whatever reason, I don't have a dislike of Yaya Toure. It's just weird. But as you see there, he gets a goal with Pelissa after literally the most ridiculous defending ever from my team, which is just ridiculous. If you go back and watch it and just look at Ogbonna, I don't know what he was doing, as the game just decided for him not to clear the ball wherever I wanted him to clear it. And most annoying thing in the world, in the 40th minute of the match, he actually gets a straight red card for that challenge on Fernando Llorente, and I was quite happy with that because it was one of his centre backs got sent off, so I thought, well, it will give me an opportunity to try and get back in the game. And from a resulting corner kick, it doesn't really come to anything, but this is the most frustrating thing in this match. As you see there, Subotic comes running out and decides to abandon Hernandez one-on-one with Ogbonna, and he gets an opportunity here literally from that opportunity, and Pellissier gets played for on goal, and Pellissier doesn't score, and Neven Subotic gets a straight red card, so my advantage lasted literally 2 minutes. So yeah, from the penalty, for some reason Ter Stegen goes flying into the top left corner when I actually pointed him to the bottom right corner. So don't know why he went so high into the sky, and it gave the guy a 2-0 lead, but he really, I'd say he probably deserved it more than I deserved it. I didn't deserve anything in this particular match, but in the first half especially, because as you see here, 2-0 after half time isn't particularly the best result you can possibly have. So he did continue to do a lot of those through balls from inside his own half, which was just ridiculous. It was like playing PES 2013 again. But as you can see here, I did have 2 shots, 0 on target. He had 4 shots, 4 on target. So maybe a 2-0 at half time to him was probably deserved. But as you see here on the ball, with Turbi on the ball, runs past 2 players, gets a shot away, and it's a really poor shot, and Carasso easily just has to grab the ball out of midair. But from the resulting kick out, it doesn't come to anything. Comes to Yaya Toure. Toure plays into Turbi. Turbi plays into Marquisio. Marquisio runs past Abate, gets a shot away, and Marquisio this time pops in the back of the net to make it 2-1 to us, with literally about, well, basically from the first couple minutes in the second half, which is pretty good. And then Boni, who he had brought on as a substitute, makes a really good basically makes a good tackle against makes a good shot against my team. And then in the last minutes of the match, Marquisio comes out with some really good skills, gets a shot away, hits off the crossbar, but it comes back to Fernando Llorente, who pops in the back of the net. And as you can see there, I was frantically I pressed start because I thought it'd gone in the first time, and then I was like, Llorente takes control of the ball, and I'm like, Llorente just pop in the back of the net, and I pinged in the back of the net with literally the last goal, the last kick of the game. It's just ridiculous. As you see there, I did sort of bring it back in the second half. I did only have 2 shots on target, but I did score 2 goals, so I'm quite happy with that. But as you see there, I went down by 1, he went up by 2, and I got 1 point from the match, so 6 points in total in Division 8 so far. And we need 6 more points to get promoted to Division 7, which is going to be quite hard to get, but hopefully I can get those points. Of course, we need 3 more points just in general, not to get relegated to Division 9, which I don't really want to get relegated, because relegation is always bad. I don't really like it in general. But as you see here, it took our time eventually to get into the next divisions match. Gets another good opposition, another good opponent. And the thing with it is, as you could probably tell from the title of this video, what the two results are, because you've already seen one of the results. So, faced against a guy called Tony DU59110, and he had RC Lens as his base team, and he had Wilfred Boney up front, Ezekiel Lavezzi, he had Zerdan Shaqiri, he had Yaya Toure, Ledesma, and Moya in goal. He's got 93 team spirit, which is ridiculously high. And it was quite good to see because, well, it allows me to face against players who have a slightly better team than me, which is always good to see as well. So, but when I actually looked at his back line, like, they were all fatigued. For some reason, people just don't seem to understand that you don't have to do an all team stamina recovery thing. You just do it individually, and it's the same sort of thing. It just takes some time. But anyway, the guy who started the game just ran at my defence with Ezekiel Lavezzi and didn't get anywhere. This time I decided to put Yaya Toure back into his position in defensive midfield and put Marquisio back into his attacking midfield slot, and put Ayala on the right hand side and Iturbe on the left hand side. But in the 16th minute of the match, D'Ambrosio with a throw and throws it straight into Marquisio. Marquisio gives it to Fernando Llorente. Llorente turns onto his left foot, pings in the back of the net with a really, really nice finish to give us a 1-0 lead in the first 10-15 minutes of the match. And then in the 24th minute of the match, he gets an opportunity with his striker, doesn't come to anything, and Zerdan Shaqiri in the 31st minute of the match crosses it in. Wilfred Boney goes flying up with a header to try and get the ball down. And this was like the most ridiculous thing ever, as you see here. I don't know what went on. As I tried to clear the ball with Nevin Subotic, Boney decides to kick him over, and basically they score a goal from that. In the 41st minute of the match, they get another opportunity with Wilfred Boney. Comes to nothing, and I basically, from the counter-attack, try run down this right-hand side with Ayala. And eventually I pass it infield, as I always do, to Marquisio. Marquisio backheels it to Llorente. Llorente gives it to Iturbe. Iturbe waits until Marquisio makes a run. Marquisio gets a strike rate, and the keeper makes a really good save from it. So basically, the game had screwed me over twice now, as you could probably tell from his goal in this game and from the first goal in the first game, which was just ridiculous. But as you see there, he did have 6 shots, 3 on target, and only had 3 shots, 2 on target, so maybe he did deserve to sort of be ahead in the match in general. But in the 50th minute of the match here, I hit the post with Marquisio with a finesse shot, which is just ridiculous again. And like in the 67th minute of the match, I get another opportunity here with Ayala, who it does a really like weird finesse, like he makes a really weird turn, to be honest. But it comes to Llorente, makes a really good tackle, and a really good shot, and it's a really good goal actually from Fernando Llorente. But in the 70th minute of the match here, down to the left hand side, he crosses it back, gives it to Ayogo, who crosses it in, and Hatem Ben Arfa, of all people, scores a header against me, which is just goddamn ridiculous. And then in the last minutes of the match, Joel Campbell tests my goalkeeper again, and it comes to nothing, and 2-2 was the final score. So 2-2, identical 2-2 results, which is just ridiculous. As you see there, he dominated the game, probably deserved to win the match. My Llorente gets man of the match because he scored 2 goals, and he had a ranking of like 600 odds, which is ridiculous. But as you see there, we got another point in Division 8, which I'm happy about, and we've got 7 points so far. So if you have enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel for more, and catch you later.